Part of my creativity comes from being a DJ, because I think DJs have more of an understanding of how to manipulate sounds and make it into a whole new thing. Because when we DJ, or especially if you're a battle DJ, you're taking records and destroying your opponent in a battle by taking the parts and reworking it in a way where the whole crowd's going, oh, you know, and it's only more understood by people that are in the culture that are into DJing and whatnot. But that's always my approach before I program it, is how can I make this turn into something else? I'm like a guy that can observe a sports game and go, oh man, I wouldn't have run that play. I would have done this, and I guarantee it would have worked. Like even playing a video game. Yeah, so that's how I apply it with artists too. It's like, man, no, this is what you need. A real producer knows how to bring out your tone. You may be dope, you may have dope bars, but you gotta know how to make the music match to bring you out to shine. You know, like that's all science that comes with being a producer. Sometimes when I make a beat, I actually hear the beat in my head, but I won't have any samples yet that I'm gonna use. So I started looking for samples that sounds like what I hear in my head. Oh yeah, me and Showbiz, there was an old man that was selling he had a record store. He was moving down south. He wanted some extra cash. He didn't want to take the records with him, and it was an entire record store about the size of this whole room, and he charged us $4,000 for everything. So we both split it. I took half of the boxes, he took half of the boxes, and I found a little 10-inch record that was at some Lutheran church narrator to this talking stuff about you know, Lutheran, you know, Christian psalms in the Bible. And there was a little, you know, piece of a sample on there, and I was going to throw it in the garbage because it looked like a record that wasn't going to have anything interesting. And I found that sample that Nas, you know, for Nas, like, so you never know what you'll find on anything. It's really, that's why hip hop takes from everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's really up to what you turn it into. You and I could take the same record right now and make a beat, but either our beats are both going to be dope, but we're not going to apply ourselves the same way. Mm-hmm. So it's all about what the mind does. Just like people ask me, should I get the MPC 60 or the 2000 or the 1000? I'm like, yo, it doesn't matter. You make the machine do what it does. The machine can't do shit without you. Right. So it's really what's up in the brain. I have like about 5 different ways I dig. I do one called blind digging, where I just go in and I just go. And
that's the whole Massacre does it show. Really?
If it's something I don't have, I take it. Sometimes I just do my initials on Christopher Martin, so I'll just do C's and M's. And if my son Jalen, I might do Jalen and S, you know, for his middle name. Next time I might say, I'm taking 3 out of every alphabet, just any 3. And A, B, C, D.
This is all vinyl too, right?
Yeah. And you know, that's another way. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm only going to jazz. Sometimes I'm only going to soundtracks. Sometimes I'm only going to sound libraries. You know, and that way, out of that batch, you always kind of have a different approach of something coming, and then that's where it's like another preem joint. And you know, that's just not. It's gonna be my sound, but still, it's my sound. But it's still they all got their own little weird ways of being another good one that I did. And my thing is, I approach everything from a fan perspective. It's the same approach for me with music every time I go into the studio to create. I'm always like, do it like if you are going to be excited to buy that record when you hear it. I always say, I like to make stuff I would buy. Right. So that's my approach every time, but still in a competitive mode. Yeah.